Welcome back, everybody. We got Craig Woodson here, head of Cal's Week 9 matchup against Oregon State at California Memorial Stadium. We'll go to Matt Moreno from Rivals for the first question.
Craig, there's been a lot of moving parts around you in the secondary and defensively over the last couple of years, and I know consistency gets brought up a lot by this coaching staff. But just from your own perspective, what's your value to this team?
Yeah, I think I'm just the guy back there who's making the calls, making the checks, but also just cleaning up everything in the back end, just that enforcer when it comes to like the run defense and also just getting guys on the ground. I think I'm, that type of player. And then also when it comes to just man coverage, I feel like I can be versatile a little bit. So just wherever coach needs me, I can go there and play.
What about off the field?
Off the field?
Yeah.
Like, what do I get into?
No, just what's your value to the team? I mean, as a leader, as someone who's kind of been through the battles, all those types of things.
Sorry. Just a guy who's, relatable, who's been through a lot. I mean, I've been here for 5-6 seasons at this point. So I think I've seen the ebbs and flows of this program. I think I've seen a lot when it comes to just like relationship between players and coaches. So I think I can also just give guys a perspective on, just how to keep going through tough times. And also when it comes to leadership, I mean, I am in that role right now. So just doing the best that I can just to encourage guys to keep going and keep fighting because, we still have the chance to, win out the rest of the year and get to a bowl game. So just finishing the way that we want to.
I was going to ask that. How has that helped, in a time like this when you guys are searching for a win and maybe some guys are having some doubts?
Yeah, we definitely need that in this time. There's a lot of noise outside going on in regards to, people's opinions on this team. But, collectively, I think we know exactly who we can be, but we just have to show that. So I think that if we just keep encouraging guys, keep pushing guys to just be the best they can every day and be intentional in practice and everything they're doing on the field and off the field, I think that can get us to where we want to go.
Thanks.
We'll go to Jeff Grotto from Cal Bears on that side.
Hey, good afternoon, Craig. You guys in the past 4 games have played really well defensively for 3 quarters, but in the Miami in this past week's game, obviously the defense didn't play as well in the fourth quarter. Why do you think that is?
I think that we just have to lock in when the moment counts. Just focusing on, finishing your rep and doing your 111. Because I think a lot of the times that we're in position, I think that is just that one play or that one person who just gets out of their assignment that, ultimately causes us to give up a first down or give up a touchdown. And I think that in these moments of the game, we have to be critical and focusing on finishing and doing your 111. So collectively, we can play the best defense we can.
On a different topic, coaches told us that Tobias Merriweather was back in practice this week. He hasn't been able to play for you in a game yet. When he's ready to go in a game, what can he provide and what's he been like when you have practiced against him?
Yeah, man, he's that good deep threat that, any team would be hating to go against. He's a big, long guy who has a lot of speed. I think he can get in and out of his breaks well. So when it comes to just passing the ball downfield and launching that thing, Tobias can go up and get it. He has great hands, and I think defenses haven't seen that yet from us this year as far as, being consistent in that. So I think that, having him back will be a great addition to us.
You guys have obviously dealt with a lot of injuries, especially on offense, I guess. How much different can your offense be if all of a sudden Jaden's back, you've got Tobias playing? What's that going to look like?
Yeah, I mean, when we're healthy on offense, I think that we can put up any amount of points we want to. I think we can be efficient. And I think that these guys, if we all just, like I said before, if we just get everybody locked in on just doing our 111, doing their part, and, everything that we do, it means something. You know what I'm saying? So you have people that's depending on you. You have teammates, coaches who's depending on you to do your job in that one play. So I think if we just get everybody focused on that, I mean, we can score as many points as we want.
One more thing. I talked to the coaches about Teddy Buchanan, and one of the things that Justin talks about is just how professionally he is in his approach. And you're a guy who's been around a long time. How much do you appreciate the way he comes at practice and every meetings and everything else?
Yeah, you can tell in practice he's just intentional in all his reps. He studies the game, he sees it, he slows it down. He has a great drops in coverage, and also in the run game, he's an enforcer as well. So I think that him being versatile like that can really be something that's special for our defense, and also just how he approaches every day and going into the game. I think that that's something that we really needed because he is a leader in that aspect, leading by example on how to approach a game and approach practice every day.
Thank you, Craig.
We'll go back to Matt.
We talked about this, I think, during the Miami week with Cam Ward being in a different uniform, and Coach Sermon talked about hey, this is kind of how the portal works. Is you play guys that you've played before, and they're in a different uniform. Another case this week with their quarterback. You guys faced him last year. What kind of benefit is that when you have some familiarity with going up against a quarterback and some players that maybe you're familiar with?
Yeah, it's good because you kind of know what to expect a little bit. I mean, playing him last year, we know he's a real dual threat quarterback who can, escape the pocket, but also just make plays in the pocket. So I think we have to just be ready for everything. But knowing that we have played him before, I think that, we got an interception off him last year. So I think that it'll be good to get another one off him. We've seen this before, man. At the end of the day, football is football. And, what we see on tape, that's who they're going to be when it comes Saturday. So I think we'll all be ready.
You guys are searching for a win right now, and you get this kind of chance to get out of ACC play for a little bit, but it's against a familiar face, a familiar opponent. How much is there maybe a comfort level of hey, we've seen this team before, we kind of know what to expect? It feels a little bit more familiar to kind of maybe switch things up and change things up for you guys.
Yeah, it is comforting a little bit. Like you said, we played them before, we know them, but at the end of the day, whoever we go against Saturday, we have to focus on beating them. It doesn't matter if we played them before or not. Whoever it lines up against us Saturday, we just got to be ready and bring our best ball. So I think that's all we care about.
I want to talk about Cam Sidney real quick. He's been getting a chance to kind of get in the game a little bit more, played a lot. This last game was real productive. What's it been like, seeing him progress and working alongside him?
Yeah, it's good, man. Me and Cam goes a long way. He's been here for a little minute now. I'm just happy to see him on the field and actually getting this shot to play because, he does everything right. And I think that his growth over the years have been tremendous in regards to Coach Trey and Coach Brown getting him right. So just seeing him have the production on the field, it's been a blessing to see. And I think that he's going to keep going forward and progressing.
Did you have any kind of messages for him throughout this process? Because he gets mentioned a lot and just hasn't always necessarily come out on the field like that. Have you kind of talked to him about, your own perspective and given him some thought?
Yeah, just told him to trust the process and that his time is coming. I think that's what a lot of guys who, you wait a little bit, you have guys in front of you and people go down. Football's football, you have injuries every day. But I think that if you just trust the process and, be ready when your moment comes and you take advantage of it, then, that's what's important.